Every night I dream that I'm in my childhood house floating down the river. I'll probably notice that I kind of post a lot of stuff about natural things or unnatural that happen that involve water. I should be so afraid of water, but I'm just not. The house that I grew up in, we had a creek, and I mean, it was a creek that was probably 6 inches deep right behind my house, but it wasn't right behind my house. It was probably like, I'd say maybe a quarter mile, and it was tiny, tiny, and it dumped out into the river. We loved it. We played in it all the time. I mean, we swam in it. I would never do that now, but I mean, we did. Because you can go to some of the areas of it, and like especially after rain and stuff, and it would be maybe like 2-3 feet, and you could just get it. I never got my head under the water because my granny was always like, don't you ever come home with your hair wet in that water. We would always go down to the creek. We weren't supposed to. I have no idea why, because I'm scared to death of snakes. Never saw one, thank God. When Hurricane Fran came through, I was like 12 years old, and it has flooded before, but never like. So when Hurricane Fran came through, it turned my entire backyard into raging rapids, and I mean raging rapids. I had never seen anything like that in my life. FEMA came in, we had to evacuate. They cut all of the power off to the whole like road. My house, the last time I saw it, it was completely surrounded by water. The basement was like 8 foot full of water, but the basement was like an outside basement because we lived in an old house, so it had like a dirt bottom, and we didn't really have anything important down there except for like some of our old toys and like the hot water heater and the furnace and stuff. But the last time I saw it, I'm thinking my house it's gonna be gone. It's gonna sweep it off the foundation, and it's gonna just take off with those rapids. My parents let me go spend the night with my friend that lives right up the street, and I remember like I couldn't sleep the whole night. I was just scared to death. I didn't have a house anymore, and we didn't have flood insurance. You couldn't get flood insurance because of where we were. Just an old house that my grandma had passed down or whatever. So I remember it was like 5 o'clock in the morning. I just left my friend's house. Everybody was asleep. I just left and walked down to my house, and I'm sitting there like, the house is gonna be on, the house is gonna be on, the house is gonna be on. And then when I saw it still there, I was like so excited. But then I was like, okay, well, did it ruin the main part of the house? Is there gonna be mud everywhere? And I went to my back door and I busted out the window. And I was maybe 11. Might have been 12, but I don't think so. I think I was like 11. Busted out the back window to unlock the door, and I came in and everything was completely dry. And I remember just being like, oh, thank God. Thank God. But it gave me PTS that we're not supposed to talk about on here. So to this day, I still dream that I'm in that house floating down the river. And I dream about it a lot. I don't know why. Everything was fine. We had to replace the furnace and the hot water heater, and we actually had help from FEMA back then, and they paid for that. So we didn't even lose anything, and it actually built the banks up like so much higher. So anytime after that, it never flooded again, like never even came close. We were extremely lucky. But I don't know, I just felt like telling y'all this story. Anyway, love y'all. Bye.